Hey guys, what's up? So I think a Batman Beyond show would be a great idea for DC. It could pretty much be the same as it is in the animated series, just really put into live action. You could make a few changes, like make Terry McGinnis a college student, as it would make a lot more sense for him to be doing what he does at night with a college schedule as opposed to the high school 8 to 3. And I think you would have to definitely transition some of the villains into more grounded versions of their characters. You couldn't really have Ink or Mr. Powers with his glowing skin. Wouldn't really go over well in a live action formula. But I still think you could take those characters, their personalities, their identities, and make them into more realistic people. And you could still have the same pretty much formula for the show. I think you could also have it in a futuristic version of Gotham that still could tie in some fantasy like elements due to this. But I think going for a more grounded approach with a few changes like this could be good, just to make it not so childlike. And another point would be that it doesn't really matter with the different universes. I still think DC's trying to figure it out. I don't think it would matter if there's two different Batman universes going on at the same time. I think if anything, people are looking for more good comic book movie content. So in this case, a show would be, I think, a good addition, even if they're doing the Penguin spinoff, just to have some extra variety. There's always been like 10 different Batman projects that come out, all in different universes, all in different formats. So I don't really think it would take away. I think if anything, it would get more people interested in the topic of Batman in general, and would make for some good diversity between universes, and they could end up connecting in the future or not. It doesn't really matter. And I think it's good to go the show route because while it's not so hot right now, The Mandalorian really showed how a similar franchise could go a different direction, going from box office movies to the TV series aspect. And I would say The Mandalorian single-handedly was what really grew Disney Plus to what it is. So I think an exclusive show on HBO Max could be the key to even growing that platform bigger than what it currently is, giving people a reason to go on the platform every week in general, and just to kind of switch it up from the movie format. And I think it would be really successful. I think even though it was only 2 seasons, I think Batman Beyond has grown to really be a classic show. I think the idea of Batman training a younger version of himself that isn't his son is really kind of neat to continuing the legacy. And I think there's just something about the plot or the formula of the original show that really hooked on. Maybe they didn't see that initially when the show premiered, but I think it's one of those things that kind of slowly grew over time. And I think a well-adapted live-action version of the show would be a really good business move. And in even like what it did before, it could lead to another universe. DC is still in a rebuilding phase. So if it was successful, it could tie in a new Justice League, and that could be a future route for what they do with it. Just like the animated series tied into the animated version of the Justice League. So I think this could be something that could really turn out well for DC, and I'd be excited to see the show if it ever ended up happening for real. So just some thoughts on that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.